call for help from a frantic mother and a record-breaking run for one man who just won't stop. 12 at 12 starts right now. 12 minutes, no commercials, on TV and on the go on the 12 News app, Facebook, and YouTube. Hey guys, it's Tran here. In today's Talker, should you be required to vote? Now, this is a serious question right now in California as a lawmaker introduced a bill which would require any registered voter to cast a ballot. You wouldn't have to fill out the ballot, but you would have to send one in. Cast your vote right now at 12news.com/bullhorn or comment down below if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. The results just minutes away. Hashtag most clicked. Here are the stories piquing everyone's interest right now. And we are starting with some very sad news. An officer with the White Mountain Apache Police Department was killed in the line of duty early this morning. This is video of fellow officers escorting the body of David Kellywood from the hospital. The Navajo County Sheriff's Office says he was shot and killed by a suspect while responding to a call near the Honda Resort Casino. Both Officer Kellywood and the suspect were taken to a local hospital where they died. The investigation is being led by the FBI. Kellywood is being called a genuine man of character. At number 2, as a race for the White House heats up, President Trump is bringing his campaign back to Phoenix this week. He's holding a rally Wednesday night at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Admission is free, but you have to register on Trump campaign's website ahead of time. The U.S.-Mexico border wall is expected to be one of the big topics. New details on the national search for 2 missing kids with Valley ties. Joshua J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan were last seen in Idaho back in September. Their mother, Lori, and her new husband, Chad Daybell, are considered persons of interest. Investigators found them a few weeks ago in Kauai. Now, multiple sources tell an East Idaho news reporter that the Daybells are headed to Maui. Now to keeping you safe, a full-scale active shooter exercise will take place at Luke Air Force Base on Wednesday. Now, because of that, the exercise may affect entry and exit procedures at the base. Officials stress there is no threat to the public. Officials also say the simulation is to prepare them in case a real-life scenario were to happen. Now to saving you money, changes have been made that affect whether you can get a loan to buy a house, car, or anything else big. The way your FICO score is determined has changed to what's being called trended data. Now, for example, if you're spending a lot in 1 month, that won't hurt your credit rating, but if you can't pay your bills 3 or 4 months in a row, it'll affect your score. Checking your pulse on health now, this year's flu season is proving to be a deadly one. Researchers say the double-barrel flu has already killed more than 90 children. The first strand of the flu hit last year, and now the second wave is moving in, leaving kids and adults vulnerable to getting sick again. Doctors say if you haven't done it by now, make sure you get your flu shot. And if you're up to date on your shots, make sure to wash your hands and stay away from anyone who is sick. Well, break out the hot chocolate. Some experts say it's good for your body. Researchers at Northwestern University say a steaming cup of cocoa with marshmallows can actually help unclog leg vessels. Now, that's not only good for your heart, but also makes walking easier and cramping less likely. The original study only had a few participants, so of course there's more work to be done. We may now know why women who sleep poorly have an increased risk for heart disease. Researchers from Columbia University looked at the sleeping and eating habits of nearly 500 women. They found those who had overall poor sleep quality consumed more of the added sugars associated with obesity and diabetes, and women who took longer to fall asleep also consumed more calories. Well, after a picture-perfect weekend, what does Mother Nature have in store for us? Let's check in now with Crystal for your forecast 411.
So have you heard the rumors? Yeah, they're true. 80 degrees is in the forecast. Now your ears are perked like this, buddy. Well, so far this year, the highest thermometer reading we've achieved is 79. That was on February 2nd. Our first 80 degrees typically falls around February 12th in any given year, so that date's come and gone. But our daily chance of 80 degrees this time of year is 18% right now. It's been 91 days since our last 80-degree temperature, but yep, it's in this week's forecast. Forget about 80. On this date, 4 years ago, we cracked 90 degrees in Phoenix. That's the earliest 90 degree on record for Phoenix. Typically, that wouldn't come around until the last day of March. Okay, no 90s in the 7-day, but I know you see it on Thursday. There we go. That upward trend on the thermometer is going to lead us there on Thursday, and then clouds creep into the picture by the end of the week. That's going to knock temperatures back for us, kick up the breezes, and give us a chance for rain on Saturday.
Wow, I cannot believe 80 is in the forecast. That's so great. We'll talk about dedication. A Washington man is celebrating half a century of running a mile every single day. Can you believe this? 75-year-old Jim Pearson is a retired school teacher and cross-country coach. His daily running started back in the 70s after an off-the-cuff remark from his coach at the time that changed his life. 5 years later, he set a 50-mile record, and by 1988, he made the cover of Ultra Running magazine.
Do it or not. One day, my summer coach said, "Jimmy, you've got to get more consistent." After February 15th, 1970, never put another zero in. In running, if you get about 100 days in a row in, it is like brushing your teeth. You just do it.
Ah, he is my running hero. Okay, he even ran the days his kids were born, from hospital rooms and occasionally in jeans. Wow, unstoppable. Well, let's get to a truly adorable video right there. Look at him, he's just massaging his big belly. Okay, adorable video here of a baby celebrating all of life's possibilities. So cute. This is getting a whole lot of attention on the internet right now, as you can imagine. His mom says she shared the video of Albie with a Facebook group called Positive About Down Syndrome. Albie's mom says he is one of the funniest, cheekiest, most stubborn little boys she knows. So adorable. Hello. Okay, this week, the 9th Democratic presidential debate is scheduled for the same night as President Trump's rally here in Phoenix this Wednesday. Now, that debate is happening in Las Vegas. Team 12's Cuddy Devine will be there to bring us complete coverage of the debate, so be sure to tune in for that. Well, now for your daily cup of juice. NFL star J.J. Watt got married over the weekend, and his grandmother actually stole the show. Take a look. J.J. and his bride, Kealia Ohai, said "I do" over the weekend, and Grandma right there, she could not have been happier. Hey now, they are getting down. Yeah, those moves are awesome. Yep, she was doing that at the couple's reception. Watt shared the video online with the caption, "Grandma cutting it up on the dance floor." Yes, she did. Ooh, that looks so much fun. Well, officers in Utah answer a mother's call for help when she needed baby formula. Get this, Shannon Bird made the call around 2 a.m. last month. She needed formula for her 6-week-old baby after she was unable to nurse. Well, her husband was out of town and 4 other of her kids were home, so Bird had no way to get to the store. Officers with Lone Peak Police responded, and they accidentally brought the mom a gallon of milk. They then headed to Walmart to get the right formula.
I have no formula, and I have no idea how I can get formula to her. And I've been calling neighbors, and no one will answer.
I was not expecting them to go and get that food for me. Like, honestly, I just was like, maybe you guys can even just patrol my house while I'm away. And, you know, I wake up my 8-year-old. So I had never been that frantic. Like, what do you do? Thank you for helping people in situations where they can't help themselves in emergencies.
Yeah, no kidding. Talk about above and beyond. The police officers say this was all part of their job. Well, time now for A to Z 60, where we celebrate the people, places, and things that make the Valley so awesome in just 60 seconds. At 19 years old, Matt Hoodie's doctors told him he was morbidly obese. Well, more than a decade later, he has dropped the weight and is helping others turn their lives around too. Crystal jumped into one of his inspirational and transformational workouts.
If you want to drop the weight, you've got to pick up the weight and the intensity.
All right, guys, go ahead and pick up the dumbbells. We're gonna start a curl and press. One of the most important things, and this is something I learned on my own journey, losing 130 pounds. When you first start working on weight loss, you need to focus on resistance training. Drop them, pick up the balls, go into the hit. One thing we're trying to get people away from is just simply on the treadmill, running, walking at the same pace for a long period of time. That's not where the calories are at. So what we try to focus on here is a combination of weights and cardio, just like this. High intensity interval training spikes the heart rate. We'll do this for about 30 seconds, and then we'll cut, rest, back to the weights, and repeat it over again. So April's actually one of the most amazing people I've ever worked with. She's lost 280 pounds, if you can believe that. She started at 440. Alex is down 220 right now and still going. And then Cordero, in less than a year, has already dropped 150 pounds. He started up over 600.
And that's your A to Z 60.
Wow.
High five, everyone.
Don't break the camera, Crystal. All right, back to today's talker. Should you be required to vote? This is a serious question right now in California as a lawmaker introduced a bill which would require any registered voter to cast a ballot. You wouldn't have to fill it out, but you would have to send one in. 22% of you say yes, 78% say no. Keep voting on 12news.com/bullhorn or comment down below. Time now for the look ahead, the stories you'll be talking about a little later on today. Check out this photo that was snapped at a Target in Peoria. It has since gone viral, creating a tidal wave of happiness across social media. Coming up on First at 4, we'll hear from this little guy and his family. And that's your 12 at 12, the facts on everything you need to know in just 12 minutes, no commercials. We're always on, anywhere, anytime on 12news.com, the 12 News app, and our socials as well. Make it a wonderful day. We'll see you back here soon. Get ready for a packed Arizona midday. Let's check in now with Jan for a sneak peek at what's ahead.
Yes, we have a great show for you today. We've got a Monday makeover for you. We've got tickets to Cirque du Soleil. We're going to head up north to Flagstaff to show you some great sights there. And we have a heart-healthy